Hi there, it's Brett here from Metropole. Have you been keeping a close eye on the Brisbane property market? It's certainly been an interesting ride over the last decade, crawling from a snail's pace to really taking off more recently. For a market that has promised so much, it's only really just started to deliver. So what has changed outside of the normal COVID factors that all markets have benefited from? It's a common question that I'm asked, with many curious to know what is responsible for this rocks to diamonds type of turnaround. There's no doubt that the current environment of low record interest rates, government incentives and enforced savings, otherwise known as lockdowns, have played a big part. But in my mind, there's two crucial ingredients that have fueled this change, and there's a very strong relationship between the two. For me, these magical ingredients are jobs growth and migration. And the relationship between the two are quite easy to understand, I guess. You think about it, I think Brisbane's an amazing place to live. Great lifestyle, great area and location and beaches and things like that and weather. But no one's going to move here if they don't have a job. There's got to be an opportunity there to break the status quo and have an improvement of their life or their circumstances. And over the last decade, we just have not been creating enough jobs. We've had the GFC, the floods, the downturn of the mining exposure and things like that. We've had the different types of natural disaster littered around the state. But that's really started to change in the last 2 or 3 years, and will start to ramp up in the next 2 or 3 years as well, with $16 billion of infrastructure and projects underway. Things like the updating of the Brisbane Airport, the Cross River Rail, Eagle Street Pier, and the whole concept around the Queen's Wharf project. There's a lot of projects that are coming and that are still playing out over the next 2 or 3 years, and that's now creating opportunities for people to move up here. And we've certainly seen that, certainly in the last 12 months, but that trend should continue. It was quite interesting to note there was a lot of question marks. What happens next? What happens after all this round of spending and infrastructure finishes? Can Brisbane sustain that? Well, I think that question's been put to bed now, knowing that we've got the Olympics. Because towards the end of this decade, that's going to kick off another round of infrastructure spending and projects. And more importantly, it's going to create more jobs. And with Brisbane on the map and the world stage, migration is going to follow. And Brisbane's really going to benefit from that. And that's the two magical ingredients that Brisbane has really been lacking. Jobs has been very, very low during that decade, and migration to Brisbane has been virtually non-existent. But that is all about to turn around. It's a great opportunity to get into the Brisbane market, to get into the right locations and the right areas that are really going to benefit, where there's going to be huge demand for housing because of these jobs growth. And if you can find the areas and the locations with little supply, you're really going to benefit. Thanks for watching.